So everyone, I thought I'd try and make a video in a more sort of coherent way. That's quite funny, it's quite funny saying coherent incoherently. But anyway, yeah, so I thought I'd try and make a video in a more coherent way, like how do you know that I am the person that all of Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, in terms of the propaganda that everyone's connected to, how do you know that I am the guy that Twitter, Facebook and Instagram is based upon? You know, what real life trails can you follow, you know, to verify that this is me? You know, what trails can you follow on the internet to verify that this is me? If we just have a look, you know, for 1 minute on YouTube. Let's just have a look on YouTube for a second. So if we have a look for a minute on YouTube, you know, we can start, you know, at the very top. So you can sort of start at the top, you know, and if we look at the first page, there's morphs into Emma Parker, looking at different people back from Exeter, suggesting that they'd been on the same system that she had been, which of course they had been. Obviously Philippa Lane, Emily Rawlins and all these people from Exeter had been on the same system that Emma Parker was on years later. You know, there's Al Falls Down, we're coming back into it, at F Minal, TTL, seeing obviously TTL, solicitors coming into it where I just left. This is perhaps the most clear, one of the clearest ones of all. So obviously, you know, if I go on my Facebook page, then obviously you'll see how it's connected, because this is a real one that's very clear. So if you look at this photo here, and then I go on my Facebook and look at this photo here, obviously I'm supposed to be doing a fitness modelling competition in 5 weeks. Hopefully I'll be in condition for it. If I am, then I'll do it. But it's not my priority in life right now with everything that I've got going on. But obviously, you know, this is obviously that is very, very, very clear. And you're obviously, everyone that I met, so in Exeter in 2012, or people that know before, so obviously you're Philippa Lane, if you're Matt Hearn, if you're Jake Jenner, if you're Alice Lynch, if you're also Sturgis, if you're Emily Rawlins, if you're all these people, they would have learned that obviously that this is me that has the whole internet connected to them. Obviously Philippa Lane and Emily Rawlins, these people would have seen themselves come back in the PR over the years on many different occasions. I mean, if we keep going down, then obviously LAM coming into it here, there's morph into Duncan Fowkes, who I morphed with Leon Davidson. It's literally, you know, if I look at every single item for long, if I can work out what is Goal of the month, obviously there's 2-1 coming into it there. You know, like one of the big things over the years used to be that you know, I used to be at workplace and I used to hear people saying, oh, you know, you got a Desmond, or you got a 2-2 or something. But in that I got 2-1. So as soon as I was like, you know, I noticed that for some reason there'd been a lot of, you know, like 2-2 PR on the internet. So I wrote my degree transcript on Facebook, and then next thing you know, there's 2-1 coming back over the internet. And it's just, you know, for whatever reason, there's the initials of my mother, Sue. Well, I won't give out my mother's name, but Sue, and then B is her surname, coming into it, or what I believe is my mother. Anyway, I don't know why this happens. I've got no idea. You know, you can call me Al, you know, and it just keeps going on the whole internet for whatever reason. It's the same on Facebook with whatever generates all this PR. Again, I think I sent a message to a friend of Tiffany Gibson, and they're now coming back into the morphs, looking at Princess Diana. You know, obviously you've got some sort of Hannah McCormick morph. With the Dido, you've got Rana Munchadani from Covent Park Tennis Club morphing to Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously I'm very good at analysing this because I've been living with it for so many years. You've got someone again looking at on Eye of the Tiger, the various scars that I have on my body. And obviously if you want to follow the trail, if you're, you know, mainstream digital in 2011, you would have, you know, been controlled on this system. So if you're Katrina Idden, if you're, you know, Ashley Scrivens, if you're, you know, Laura Priestner or Piva, I think you changed your name, Lucy Potter, all these people in science would have experienced being controlled on this system, you know, 8 years ago. You know, equally, I think, you know, that was why someone, a chap called Ryan Stevens, ended up leaving when I joined. It was to do with whatever's done to me. Perhaps the people that don't agree with it end up leaving, in the same way that people like Roy Aguilera were disappearing from the RIC. Fatima was disappearing from the RIC years later. People were disappearing from Court Legal Services. A big percentage of the workforce at TLT solicitors disappeared. Again, it's to do with whatever's done to me. You know, people, and this goes on in every workplace that I've had, you know, for my entire life. And I've got no idea why this happens. You know, like I've even, you know, like I even, you know, recently, you know, spent £150 booking a polygraph test. I've got another £450 to pay in order to take a professional polygraph test. So I've never harmed another human being in my entire life. I've got no idea why this happens. You know, I've passed 8 CRB checks in the last 2 years. or about HCRB checks or various voluntary roles in other workplaces. So I've got no idea why this happens, just like anyone else doesn't. CAMs. It's just everywhere. It's literally every single item. If you analyze it from, if I'm not even going to get onto Facebook, because obviously all the content that gets generated all over Facebook. Here's Esther Farnham coming into it, and they're also morphing into the partner Sally Badham that interviewed me at CMS, Cameron McKenna, this morning. So obviously there's an Esther Farnham morph. Sorry, that's not Esther Farnham, but Esther Farnham's coming in the name. Now, Esther Farnham is interesting because Esther Farnham is one of the people that you can most conclusively conclude the scale on which I've been conned. Now, Esther Farnham I worked with at Co-op Legal, I worked with at Leon Davidson, and she was obviously one of the people that conned me there. She then went to Co-op Legal Services, who'd already conned me at an earlier date, and would have possibly met people like Tiffany, and would certainly have met people like James Antonow, Jessica, Formed, Hannah McCormick, etc., who'd also been made to comment at an earlier date. Now, she also is friends with someone on Facebook who was made to comment on an online dating website, and she's also friends with a lot of people from the RAC who were being made to, con me. So, she's a really good one that you can follow. Obviously, I don't know how this works. However, equally, if you're anyone that's messaged me on Facebook, only people that are controlled are allowed to message me. So, equally, I went around adding lots of random people on the internet, and you will notice, and I did it for this reason, so you'll notice if you're someone that's got more than one mutual friend with me, I did this deliberately, that you would be, they're presumably instructed not to contact me, or they're not allowed to look at my page, or however things work. I don't know how things work exactly. So, I mean, it's just absolutely everywhere. If you're the people that lived with me last year, like Jamie, Ellie Jane, and etc., Courtney, you'd also been controlled on whatever this app system is that controls what people wear when they're walking down the street, that controls what people are doing on buses, and whatever. I don't know where it all comes from. I don't know what happens. There's Niall morphing into Aaron Lewis from Stained. Obviously, Niall Fox was sat next to me at TLT Solicitors. It's just every single item. And when you realise who I am, when you realise what it is, I don't know what to say. It's just absolutely everywhere. There's a morph into the guy who lives in the flat next door to me. Obviously, the difficulty is that most people looking at this obviously don't know the people I encounter in real life, so don't know that it's me. But when you know the people you encounter in real life and you know that it's you, then you know that it's you. And equally, if you're Snap Fitness Bristol, if you're Gloucester Road Fitness, if you're Fitness West Bristol, you've all experienced when I turned up this system being in place, or presumably it being more exacerbated when I'm around. However things work, I'm not sure exactly how things work, but it's just been going on a very, very, very long time. So I don't really know what to say, guys. I mean, I haven't done anything wrong. I've been trying to speak to the CPS because I've got no idea why this happens like anyone else. I've never, I don't know what to say. Like, I haven't done anything wrong. I've never harmed another human being in my entire life. I've never been physically violent to a human being in my life. I've never, I could show you the questions that I was going to address on my lie detector test, but it's quite comprehensive. I don't know why this happens. Obviously it happens for some other reason. Again, there's a morph into someone that was made to contact me on Facebook, so I forget their name, but obviously they were controlled by the same people. And so I don't know, I don't know what to say. Obviously it's quite overwhelming, especially since obviously I got sectioned and tortured because of this in 2016, then Wootton Lawn quit the internet after I was tortured. I then got tortured again for a second time in 2018, and then South Callington Hospital obviously stopped using Facebook. Knights Professional Services stopped using Facebook obviously after they conned me into being tortured, and I was just a completely innocent person. I nearly got depoted to death, and I just kept on completing CSQs for people that tortured me. I kept on going to voluntary roles where I was being people like Lou Mira were obviously been aware of the system, and I just kept on doing the right things. I kept on being nice to everyone, even though at times you couldn't walk down the street without people being controlled on this app into stamping on your shoes or into barging into you. You couldn't go to universities without, obviously BPP University, Tricia Mossy, Liz Paulding, James Newton, or so many people have been controlled on the system into holding abusive meetings to re-eat me over the years, and same thing would happen at Exeter University. So I don't know why, but obviously virtually all of the staff in the law department at Exeter University disappeared after I left. I don't know why this is, but perhaps presumably it was something to do with me or whatever these people that control my life do. I assume that a lot of staff at different workplaces I've had have also disappeared. And obviously there's a big trail that can be followed, but I don't know what to say. I mean, it is me, and I don't know how else to explain it anymore. It's just bizarre.